Welcome to the Daily Globe. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. In the South China Sea, a vast expanse of water that has long been a crossroads of trade and culture, beneath the contested Reed Bank, a submerged plateau rich in resources, lies a discovery that could transform the Philippines and shift Asia's balance of power. This underwater treasure trove holds the promise of a new era for the nation. U.S. estimates point to up to 9.2 billion barrels of oil, a staggering amount that could fuel the country for decades, and 216 trillion cubic feet of natural gas, enough to rival energy giants like Russia. This immense reserve could redefine the Philippines' role in the global energy market. For the Philippines, this is more than geology. It's a shot at hope, sovereignty, and economic independence. It represents a chance to break free from the shackles of energy dependence. Decades of energy dependence have left the nation vulnerable to global price swings and foreign suppliers. The volatility of the global market has often left the Philippines at the mercy of external forces. The Reed Bank offers a chance to power Philippine cities, fuel industries, and drive economic growth. It's an opportunity to build a self-sustaining energy infrastructure and control its own destiny. Filipino engineers and professionals stand ready to harness this potential, driving the nation towards a brighter future. The world is watching, as this find could reshape international trade, regional stability, and energy security. The geopolitical implications are immense, drawing the attention of global powers. The U.S. sees a strategic partner, a nation that could help balance power in the region. China sees a challenge to its sweeping claims. The South China Sea is a flashpoint, and this discovery adds fuel to the fire. For 110 million Filipinos, it's a beacon of prosperity. It's a chance to improve living standards and secure a better future for generations to come. The journey from discovery to delivery will be fraught with high-stakes drama, drill ships, warships, and diplomatic maneuvering. The path ahead is complex and challenging. The outcome will set a precedent for sovereignty and international law in the 21st century. The world watches as the Philippines navigates this pivotal moment in its history. To truly grasp why Reed Bank matters so much, we need to look back at the Philippines' decades-long journey toward energy independence, a journey marked by challenges, setbacks, and hope for a brighter future. For generations, the Philippines has struggled with a heavy reliance on imported fuel. Tankers from distant countries have long supplied the nation's energy needs, leaving the economy exposed to unpredictable global price swings and supply disruptions. This dependence has made energy expensive and sometimes unreliable for millions of Filipinos. Every spike in global oil prices has rippled through the country, affecting everything from transportation costs to the price of basic goods. The discovery of the Malampaya gas field in the 1990s was a turning point. For years, Malampaya supplied up to 40% of Luzon's electricity, fueling homes, businesses, and industries. But now, its reserves are running low and the country faces a new set of challenges. As Malampaya's output declines, the government is confronted with the urgent threat of an energy shortfall. The risk of blackouts and rising costs looms large, making the search for new sources more critical than ever. This urgent need has driven officials and energy experts to look toward Reed Bank, a vast offshore area believed to hold enormous untapped reserves of natural gas. In 2025, the arrival of the U.S.-owned Noble Viking drill ship at Malampaya brought a temporary boost, as new wells were drilled to extend the field's life. But everyone knows this is only a stopgap measure, not a permanent solution. Reed Bank's reserves are believed to be far larger than Malampaya's, holding the promise of energy security and even abundance for future generations. If developed, it could transform the Philippines from an energy importer to a self-sufficient nation. Recognizing this potential, the Marcos Jr. administration is moving decisively to secure and develop Reed Bank, making it a centerpiece of the country's energy strategy. The shift from chronic energy scarcity to the possibility of becoming an energy exporter could reshape the Philippine economy, attract new investments, and elevate the country's influence on the global stage. For millions of Filipinos, Reed Bank represents more than just a resource. It's a chance for stability, prosperity, and a future where the nation finally controls its own energy destiny. Reed Bank's riches lie in the fiercely contested South China Sea. China's sweeping 9-line claim overlaps with the Philippines' UN-recognized exclusive economic zone. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled China's claim baseless, but Beijing rejected the verdict and ramped up its maritime presence. Chinese Coast Guard and militia vessels routinely harass Filipino ships and block exploration. This gray zone pressure has stalled development for years. China's own energy ambitions, including a major oil find in 2025, add to the tension. The quest for Reed Bank's resources is now a direct confrontation over sovereignty and the rule of law. In 2025, facing energy shortages and Chinese pressure, President Marcos Jr. pivoted away from joint exploration with China. The Philippines is now forging a strategic partnership with the U.S. to unlock Reed Bank's potential as a sovereign asset. American capital and technology are set to drive the project, with U.S. military backing providing a security umbrella. The U.S.-owned Noble Viking drillship's presence signals renewed confidence and intent. China views this alliance as a direct challenge, responding with its own oil discoveries and warnings. Regional neighbors watch closely, as the outcome could set a precedent for other disputes. The world is watching as the Philippines draws a line in the sand at Reed Bank. Reed Bank, a resource-rich area in the South China Sea, is now the stage for a high-stakes U.S.-China power struggle. This contested region, long coveted for its vast energy reserves, has become a flashpoint where global ambitions collide. By inviting American investment, the Philippines is not just seeking economic growth, it's tying its security and future to Washington's strategic interests. This move signals a clear alignment, hoping to draw strength from the U.S. presence in the region. Billions in U.S. investment mean American power will follow American treasure. Where American money flows, influence and military might are never far behind, creating a new dynamic in the region's balance of power. The U.S.-Philippines alliance is being reinforced with joint military drills, advanced defense commitments, and a visible increase in military cooperation. This partnership is designed to send a message: the Philippines is not standing alone. China, however, sees this as a direct threat to its regional dominance. In response, Beijing has issued stern warnings and ramped up military posturing, determined to defend its claims and deter outside interference. A U.S.-backed Reed Bank project could embolden other Southeast Asian nations to seek similar alliances, potentially shifting the entire region's geopolitical landscape. The eyes of ASEAN are watching closely, weighing their own options. The situation is a delicate balancing act. One misstep could escalate tensions into open conflict. Diplomacy, restraint, and careful negotiation are more crucial than ever. For the U.S., this is more than just a business opportunity. It's a chance to secure new energy sources, project power, and strengthen its strategic position across the Indo-Pacific, countering China's growing influence. For the Philippines, it's a calculated gamble that U.S. support will deter Chinese interference and safeguard its sovereignty. The stakes are high, and the risks are real. The project's success depends not only on engineering expertise, but also on diplomatic resolve and the ability to navigate a complex web of international interests. The South China Sea has become the chessboard for 21st century power politics, where every move is scrutinized and every decision could tip the balance. As the world watches, the next move in this geopolitical chess match could reshape the future of the region, and perhaps the world itself. Reed Bank's development could transform the Philippines' economy. Revenues from oil and gas could reach hundreds of billions, funding infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Tens of thousands of jobs would be created, reversing the brain drain and boosting local industries. Energy self-sufficiency would stabilize prices and free up funds for domestic investment. The challenge: managing this wealth responsibly to avoid the resource curse. Transparent institutions and a sovereign wealth fund could secure long-term benefits. If handled wisely, Reed Bank could make the Philippines an energy powerhouse and a more equitable nation. The promise is real, but so is the challenge of execution. The path to Reed Bank's riches is fraught with legal and political hurdles. The Philippine Constitution restricts foreign ownership in resource projects, deterring major investors. The Marcos Jr. administration is pushing to amend these rules, arguing that foreign capital is essential to unlock Reed Bank. The 2016 tribunal ruling supports the Philippines' claim, but China's rejection means law alone isn't enough. The U.S.-Philippine partnership aims to enforce legal rights with military deterrence. This strategy risks escalating superpower rivalry in the region. A single miscalculation could trigger a major incident. Success will require deft diplomacy and steady nerves. Reed Bank's future hinges on balancing development with regional stability. Security experts argue that true U.S.-Philippine partnership requires skin in the game. Former defense analyst Vincent Kyle Parada says U.S. investment in Reed Bank makes Philippine security an American interest. When U.S. corporations have billions at stake, Protecting those assets becomes a national priority for Washington. This transforms the alliance from a military pact to a robust economic security partnership. The Philippines offers the U.S. a stable energy source, making itself indispensable. Economic interdependence becomes the strongest deterrent against aggression. The Reed Bank strategy is about more than oil, it's about securing the nation's future. By tying its destiny to America's, the Philippines ensures U.S. support in any crisis. Any threat to Reed Bank becomes a threat to both nations. Reed Bank's discovery marks a turning point for the Philippines and Asia. The nation stands on the brink of energy independence and unprecedented prosperity. The U.S.-Philippine partnership is a test case for international law and regional stability. The outcome will send a message. Resources within a nation's territory are its own to develop. For Filipinos, the promise is real: jobs, lower energy costs, and a brighter future. The challenge is to manage this wealth with transparency and vision. If successful, the Philippines could become a model for turning natural resources into national strength and hope for the region.